All righty. Good evening, Chattanooga Film Festival, or if you're watching this after the world premiere of The Ones You Didn't Burn, good afternoon, good morning, good whatever, good middle of the night. I am here with Elise and Estelle, director, producer, stars of a little bit of everything of the film. Ladies, welcome and congrats on your world premiere.
Thank you very much.
This is gonna be funny because we're recording this. We're recording this a little bit before Chattanooga. What is it like knowing that this film is out into the world? And then also tell me a little bit about how you all made this film, because it's one of the things that I love to. One of your cast members, Samuel, is a good friend of mine and introduced us all. And I love this. This actually is one that I can take credit for at Chattanooga. He put it on my radar and I absolutely loved it. Send it over to Chris Dortch immediately, who also fell in love with it. So tell me about how this kind of project came about and what it feels like now that people have seen it.
Oh my God. Surreal and exciting, but very nerve-wracking. I mean, Estelle and I, when we set out to make this movie, there was definitely in the back of our heads, like, we might not finish it, might not get into any festivals, who knows what's going to happen. We were just trying to really be in the moment and enjoy the process, as corny as that sounds. But yeah, it started with, quite frankly, with one of my really good friends, Jesse. He's a farmer out where I grew up, 12th generation farmer. And I was depressed during the pandemic, as a lot of us were, just like, what am I doing with my life?
Just like they're trying to find some kind of vice.
Yeah, I mean, what else could we do to get through our pain? But anyway, and I literally sent him a selfie of my puffed up face after crying. And he's like, just make a movie on the farm. I was like, really? I can use your farm? And he's like, yeah, why not? And then sure enough, I called Estelle right away and I was like, hey, Jesse said we could use his farm. Like, let's, can I curse? I don't know.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, okay. I was like, let's fucking go. Let's fucking do this. So like everything, then we just went into work mode and, I wrote it really quick. I wrote it for the people that I knew are beyond actors. They're also filmmakers like Sam, who you mentioned. And obviously Estelle, like, she had to act in it, but she was also my AD. She was wardrobe. She was location scouting, like everything. Oh, and she had just given birth to her second child, by the way.
Had a baby at this. For the record, I can't imagine that. I know after my daughter was born, like, the idea of doing anything for like the first 6 months that wasn't keeping that child alive terrified me.
Oh yeah, but that's because it was my second one.
Oh, okay. You don't really care about that one? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's like, I know what to do. I know what to expect, or at least I think I know. So no, but it was definitely a challenging but amazing time as well. And my kids were with us, coming sometimes on set and say hi. I was pumping my milk on a generator between two trucks.
It was called a 10-3, right? Or what is it called?
10-3. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it was an amazing experience. That's all we can say, honestly, about the process of it and how everything fell into pieces and how everybody was so committed. And, that's also, if we can use that as like the beauty of the pandemic, is that we were able to work with such talented people that were eager to work, really, and were available and trusted us. And that's how we made the movie. We would have not been able to make a movie otherwise at this time. So yeah, so we're very proud of our little team.
Shout out.
I mean, it's so funny because I think that, we've talked about this offline a bunch over the last kind of year. But Rustic's kind of mantra is make movies with friends. Like that's our whole thing. And that's one of the reasons that really drew me to this was I felt a lot of how Justin, Aaron, and I kind of attack a project in what you two ladies did. Like it's funny. I know that it's been compared to Resolution, which is kind of a rad thing for me, because like I don't know, the idea of comparing like the fact that anybody has even seen this movie Resolution, like for me, is wild. Tell us what that was like, that because I don't know, I found that to be amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was a fan of Resolution like way before I knew you, and even a little bit into knowing you. I was like, oh, that makes sense. And yeah, I think just like Estelle and I really bonded, and obviously we started our company as friends first, but we really bonded on just like doing it, going out and just making it with whatever resources you can. In this case, we had a farm, we made it with the farm, and completing something, you know, and trusting that everyone that we bring into our little crew is going to do the best work and be proud of that. So, but yeah, did I answer that question?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, and then the other question was, how does it feel to be out in the world now? A film out.
Well, it's hard because this is before it's out, so I don't know yet.
I mean, okay, like we're recording this a week and a day before you all are actors. Let's do an acting exercise. Act like it's next Thursday. How does it feel? How do you imagine it's going to feel? And then we can talk on the Discord channel of how it actually feels, knowing that like I one of the reasons I immediately sent this over to Chris Storch is because I over the last 5 years since I kind of got involved with before when I went to my first CFF, actually maybe 6 years ago now. I really feel like the audience are going to dig this film. I think that it's Chris does such a really, really great job of programming some like left of center and weird films. I think he's actually programmed every single movie that we've made all the way back to Resolution, when it was like playing in a weird closed down grocery store, which was where this first CFF was held.
Oh my God, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I knew that I have a feeling that the CFF crowd is really going to dig this. What does it feel like just in general, knowing that like, you know, that you all are about to you made this in the pandemic, you made this with a small group of friends, and now the world is going to get a chance to see it. What does that feel like?
Do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. It's pretty surreal because, as Elise said before, we had no expectation going into this process. So the idea of having it out there is really surreal. It's hard to grasp, actually, because again, we made it and we thought, well, if anything happened with it, if one person watches it and likes it, that's our win. If hundreds of people watches it and can have a discussion about it and have an opinion on it, that's gold. So we're very, very happy and proud, and we're celebrating because
I think like the craziest part too is because it was such a small group of us that made it. And like, I remember when you first watched it, do you remember what I asked you? I was like, is it a movie? And you're like, it's definitely a movie. And I'm like, are you sure it's a movie? I don't know. It feels like it's just like a group of us that just, you know, because we know every little tiny thing that went into it was a group of 9 people, actors and crew. And so we were so close to it. And now to step back and let people watch it outside of that is really, I'm just curious if everyone else thinks it's a movie, honestly.
I can tell you, I watched a lot of movies. It's definitely a movie. So you said that you wrote it pretty quickly. What was the actual shoot like, and what was it about the material that kind of drove you towards telling this story specifically?
Yeah, I mean, the weird answer that
the only one I want.
What?
I only want the weird answer.
Okay. The weird answer is that it was very out of body, I swear to God. And the whole process, even Estelle and I were like, everything worked out so perfectly that it felt like there was a higher energy kind of wanting this story to be told.
Almost like witchcraft.
Almost like witchcraft. I mean, really. And I mean, it was like a crazy time. The pandemic was a surreal time for all of us, right? Like,
right.
So it makes sense that there was some disassociating going on. And then of course, like this film was born out of that. But yeah, I mean, in terms of making a witch film, I think at the core, I wanted to tell, even though Nathan is the protagonist, I wanted to tell a story about female power and kind of the other side of the witch genre, so to speak. And I think witches have been portrayed a lot in film as being like very scary, very ugly, old, manipulative. And it kind of got me thinking, what were these women really like? And what are they like today? And when I started doing some research, it was single, sexual, strong, independent women that were getting prosecuted. And so I kind of wanted to tell that story, but not hit it on the nose too hard too, like let it be interpretive. And that's been actually, to go back, that's been a really fun part of having this out to people, is all the different perceptions of the end, obviously, and what's really going on. Is it all in Nathan's head? So that was the process. How long did you all shoot? Was it a nice long, leisurely hold on,
yeah,
we had breaks, and I think it was spa day, didn't we? Like go to the spa. Yeah,
chilling,
plenty of sleep. There was literally a day I wasn't sleeping. I was just like so excited, and there was a day that Estelle and Sam took me by the arms and put me in bed and like put the covers on. They're like, sleep, you have to sleep, and I did. But yeah, no, we shot it in, can I say how quick we shot it?
Yeah.
Okay. We shot it in 9 days. We did a couple of days of reshoots, but yeah, the core of it was 9 days.
That's insane to me. Just, I mean, obviously, like I've done quick shoots and small shoots before, but the idea of shooting an entire feature in 9 days is terrifying.
Oh yeah. Well, Estelle, you want to talk about Nico, when you brought Nico on board?
What about?
Well, we had two people that we didn't know that we had to recruit. We had our AC and our sound guy, and Estelle found them you found Eamon on Facebook too? Yeah, on Facebook. And Estelle was very transparent. She said, it's going to be insane. We're shooting a feature in 9 days. She was very transparent.
I didn't say it was going to be insane. I wanted to be transparent and not have the experience of bringing someone on set and have this person quit halfway through, because that would have been insane and a nightmare.
Yes.
But I just said, just to be clear, this is a 9 days shoot for a feature film. So there will be extra hours. There will be short nights, but we are making sure that everybody is going to eat well.
That was fed everyone really, really well.
Yeah. And have a break every 6 hours. So to maintain people's, sanity.
Sanity. Yeah, no, absolutely.
So, but it turned out we got really lucky, because not only they accepted, but they were extremely talented and very patient and brought so much to the picture.
Yeah, I feel like, it's been my experience that when you're upfront with people, when something's not going to be fun, it's a lot better than lying to them to get them to say yes to a job and then putting them in a situation that sucks. I'd much rather just call.
Everybody would be pissed, me first. If you bring me on something and it turns out to be completely different than what I would expect.
If I get a call and someone's like, this is going to suck, and I still say yes and it sucks, I'm like, well,
yeah. You know what? It turned out that Nico, actually, one of the guys that we met through Facebook, he said that it was one of his best shoot. It wasn't his best memory of being on set, and he works a lot. So that was a win. That was fantastic. not only that we worked so hard and for long hours and it was hard work, but we brought good experience to people. And I mean, first for us, because that was an amazing memory.
Yeah.
Because we did work on other sets, obviously.
Yeah,
we didn't start with this one, but.
Right. What is one thing that you think you'll take away kind of moving forward? Obviously, this isn't hopefully not your last film that you ever want to do together as a team or at this point in your career. What's something you think that you'll take into the next shoot and into the next project?
Wow, that's such a good question, David. So many things. Do you want to go first? I have like 10 things.
Well, I mean, every project is so different. And the idea of, the Once It Didn't Burn was born because of another film that we wrote with Elise before the Once It Didn't Burn, and that we want to produce. And we made the Once It Didn't Burn as a calling card for us. Because it was, I don't want to say easier to shoot because nothing is easy,
right.
But
it can still be easier to shoot.
Right.
It's our school too. It's like our practice in a way too. We're like, okay, it's always high stakes, but it's lower stakes.
Right.
To do this, shot in my house and with our friends and those kinds of things. But
yeah, so that's why, most of the people that we worked with want to bring them again. Yeah. And I say most just because
because you don't want Samuel back, because that would.
Well, we can get that part out.
Because the stories are different. So,
right. Yeah. Absolutely.
For instance, some characters are not going to be in the next movie, but otherwise, I think it's a hard question to answer to because it's going to be so different. But being upfront with people, that's for sure, and good food.
I would say too, just like of course. I would say too, just trusting that your tribe that you created knows what's best for the vision, and not letting the gatekeepers, so to speak, deter you from that. Because obviously, like, this was a once in a lifetime experience where we didn't have, a big name talent. We didn't have a big investor breathing down our necks, or a big, production company that we had to impress. So we're assuming that the next ones will probably have those elements, but to always bring it back to it's about what you said, making movies with your friends and trusting each other and knowing they're all there because they know what's best. So trust that.
Can I tell you a funny story? This, when I just remembered this because I recorded it for the behind the scenes feature on Something in the Dirt. There was a moment where when we finished shooting Resolution, Justin, Aaron, and I kind of sat together and we kind of we had this moment at the camp where we were exactly kind of what you're saying, be like, oh, it's never going to be like this again. It totally can be. And the biggest thing that we've learned is that it can be like that for your career if you want it to be. We've been extremely fortunate to do some bigger things, but we keep coming back to making movies, doing it with the people that you love just really is more gratifying. And so don't say that necessarily you will have to answer to those, because you may not.
That's a good thing to keep in mind. Yeah. Hopefully, you never know, but that's definitely whatever comes after. It's always a good thing to remember,
So final question, what parting thoughts do you want the CFF audience to take away from the experience of watching your film and or watching this Q&A?
I don't know. I mean, what do I want them to take away from it? I want them to, I don't know. My favorite movies are the ones that you have to unfocus your eyes a little and just kind of like go for what it makes you feel. Mm-hmm. And in fact, my mom said that to me when the day before I started shooting, I had a heart to heart with her. I was like, Mom, what am I doing? All these people are coming out, like trusting this script. And like the first scene we shot literally of the whole movie is the one where spoilers, but I like stripped down.
I saw the film.
Yeah, I already saw the film. If you're watching the Q&A before you've watched the movie, I don't know what to tell you. Like that's your fault.
Oh, this is crazy. Like, what am I doing? And she goes, you don't have to try and you just have to capture a feeling. You just have to capture that. And just always, if there's all the noise and the craziness, go back to like what you want people to feel. And obviously there's story and there's characters, but I really just want to affect people. And I have to say too, because I haven't mentioned him, is Dan Rigura, who wrote the music for this. I literally wrote the script to his music, different music, but it just brings the level of the entire film to like that's what I'm talking about. It just makes you feel something. So I don't know. Is that too vague of an answer?
No, I think it's a great answer. And Estelle, anything you want to leave people with, impart?
Well, I mean, if anyone has opinions on the film and wants to talk about it, that's what I want for people, just to have a conversation about it. And because that's what I love after we watch a movie, after the movie, when the movie is over and you gather with people and you start talking about it and you start hearing people's opinion and people thoughts and what they saw and what someone saw that you didn't see, and then eventually want to watch it again. So hopefully that's what I want for people, is to want to watch it again one day.
And you ladies will be on the Discord channel, right? Chatting up. So if anybody has any specific questions about the film, feel free to hit them up there. Other than that, thank you so much for allowing Chattanooga to be the world premiere of your film. It's a really special movie, and you two should be immensely proud of what you did.
Thank you. Seriously. Yeah. More, I mean, I can't. I'm going to shut up.
All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of Chattanooga, and we'll talk to you soon.